Hello everyone, I'm Chandni and I'm here to bring all of you up close and personal with art minds across genres and across regions. I lucked out on my first episode and my first artist. I've seen this artist since I was a child and I've been dancing to his Mridangam beats since my first stage performance. He's been my benchmark as a percussionist ever since. He's none other than Satish Krishnamurthy, a popular name in the classical music industry. Even though Mridangam is his forte, he has a reputation of a multi percussionist, effortlessly weaving the ghatam, the kanjira, the tawil, and even konakol in his creations. Let's hear from him about weaving of various instruments and his journey so far. Firstly, thank you for coming on my show. I must
My
tell you
pleasure.
that you are my first interview, so I'm very happy.
Thank
Because
you. Thank you, Chandni. Thank you so much.
I'd like to start off with we know, of course, you're like a Mridangam star, like you're the first pick for so many of the dancers all over, eminent and getting aspiring dancers. But you do much more than that, is what I found out. So tell me and tell the audience about all these about this multifaceted side that you have.
For me, Mridangam is more of a musical instrument where I can produce music. Now, how is this possible? Was for a long time I used to have this in my mind when I used to practice that what about creating a ragam Mohanam or a ragam Hamsadvani through Mridangam? I mean, this is very abstract. It's not possible because Mridangam just gives you a one note, which is a sa note. And if you give a open sound, then the re note also comes. But then I used to, think that, when I play or when I practice, I don't get those emotions the way a singer or a vocalist or a violinist or any other person produces through his instrument. Because to get an emotion through any instrument, you need all the notes, you need the ragas to develop. It's always like that. So, and also my beginning career from my guru Sri T.S. Nandakumar was he used to give Mridangam, Ghatam, Ganjira, Morsing, all the instruments to practice. And through all the instruments, I understood that every sound of the instrument has different, the soundscape is very, very different. The way you produce a Ganjira or a Ghatam. To be very honest, I have not learned every particular instrument through a particular guru. Because if you see, for Ghatam, there are specialized gurus. For Ganjira, there are specialized gurus. The fingering changes, but I have never learned like that. I develop, but then even now when I play, I don't call myself as a Ghatam or a Ganjira player because the playing method, everything is different. So I just do it for my personal solo performances. The sound of the Ganjira has a lot of bass. The sound of Ghatam has a lot of highs, a gain sound. Mridangam is balanced between both. So I said, let me have all the instruments together and see how it sounds. And that's how all the other percussion started coming into my life. Now you're saying that your guru told you to do all these things when you were younger. But correct. Now in your career, when did you start exploring these instruments and start, integrating them in your performances? So this happened about 9 years back when I got a junior fellowship from the government of India, where my topic was such that aesthetic of South Indian percussions in Bharatanatyam. That was the topic. All these instruments, Ghatam, I don't know much, but then for Ganjira, there was a person called Manpundiya Pillai, probably in the 18th century, where he got influenced by the Persian instrument called duff. So duff exactly looks, duff, that the bigger one. Yeah. So it looks almost like a Ganjira. Ganjira is a smaller version. But he never knew. I mean, he just saw that instrument and he said, "Arey, this is nice," and he started playing. And it seems that he converted that duff to a small Ganjira and he probably named it as a Ganjira. So now, when I did this fellowship, obviously I had to go to an expertise people who are brilliant in that particular instrument. So there was N. Amrit sir who was from Bangalore, whom I approached him, I went to him. So he gave me few lessons on Ganjira, saying that this is how the techniques are, this is how it should be, this is the sound. So like Uma Shankar was another person for whom I went for Ghatam. For Konnakol, I went to a person in Trichy, Tayum Anavar, that was his name. Tayum Anavar. So I went for Konnukul to this person. So like this, for all different percussions, I went to these people. They gave me glimpses saying that, it's not possible to learn in few years at all. My purpose was, I clearly told that I just want to take whatever best I can from you for this project, which might help me in future. I cannot say that I want to learn from you, because they are people who are genius in their art field, and they won't just, it's not that I can go for few classes and they will teach everything. No. So that's how I met all these people. I learned a lot from them, and I'm still in touch with them, and I practice whenever I have time.
Basically, you just introduced it to enhance your output is what.
So, see, I feel like when you go to a South Indian shop, you have a idli, and then along with idli, you have a sambar. Then along that, we have a chutney. Along with that, you have a molaga pudi also. Then you might ask for ek aur chutney kuch hai kya? So then all this makes something brilliant when we eat. Nice, delicious. Similarly, for my recording, when I do, I feel it complements each other.
Now, I would like to rewind a little. If you can tell us about your growing up, your childhood, your education, where you grew up, how and when were you exposed to music, all of that.
Okay. So, I was born in Ahmedabad. Reason being, my mother's parents, they all were living in Ahmedabad. So, after, I think 1 or 2 years, I went to Bhubaneswar, and then from the age of 3, I was always in Bombay. So, my education, everything was in Bombay. So, education was in a place called Goregaon, Vivek Vidyalaya School. From there, I went to Andheri for my bachelor's in commerce, called the Bhavans College. And then also at Cosmopolitan College, that was also a place where I did my education. And my grandfather was a bhajan singer. He used to sing and compose a lot of songs for many people. And he used to sing for bhajans for many places at Ahmedabad. He also introduced a thing called ASIA, or Ahmedabad South Indian Association. Asia. Ahmedabad South India Association. He invented this. And many concerts, many cultural concerts used to happen under his guidance. He was also assisting Dr. Vikram Sarabhai for a long time, for a long time. And from there, I think my mother and her sisters, they all learned music also from him and from many other teachers.
Okay.
From there, I started learning vocal. My music learning was actually initially singing. And that's how it helps me in my compositions these days. So I started my vocal learning from a teacher called Rukmini Shankar Mami. And likewise, I had many other teachers also. And T.S. Nandakumar sir was my first guru who gave me the mridangam on my hand, saying that this is what it is and you have to start learning. At the age of, I think, 6 or something, there was a place called Ganakala Vidya Nilayam, which was in Goregaon, and weekly 2 days the classes used to happen, and Saturdays and Sundays, and my mother used to take me 2 hours or 1.5, 3 hours, whatever. The time was not a problem for my sir. He used to just give, and was very generous to teach so much, and learning happened from there. And simultaneously singing was also happening, and in fact I did few concerts. I remember doing concerts at Ayyappa Mandir Goregaon and many other places where I used to sing, and there were other students of my guru who were accompanying mridangam with me. And after 12th, I think my mind was always saying that I should do more of music, and padhai mein itna nahi man karta hai. But then somehow the graduation had to happen. So Bhavans College mein, it used to happen that we had a group. Me, Manikantan करके एक saxophone player था, Anupam करके एक sarod player था, and Jitendra करके there was a western violinist. So this was again, if you see, very interesting that a Hindustani musician with whom I was interacting for about 12-13 years, a western violinist again for 12-13 years, and a Carnatic music background. So this was a very beautiful, nice amalgamation, and we used to practice for 10, 12, 15 hours every day. कॉलेज ऑब्वियसली जाता नहीं था, तो कॉलेज से लेटर आया घर पे कि ये आपका लड़का आता नहीं है, तो यू हैव टू कम. माय पेरेंट्स, मदर वाज वेरी furious. He said, "What nonsense is this? What is happening?" Father said that I think, I trust him. There is nothing wrong. Let us go. I mean, so we went, and I told my principal was Mr. Kadam, and I told him, "Sir, this is what I've been doing. There is nothing else." He said, "Okay, do one thing. You go for all the competitions, and you win the prize for us. I'll pass you or do something." Then I was very clear that this is what I should be doing, and continuously lot of practice with the same group. So that after a long time, long time, it happened that my sir said, "Ki I have a percussion ensemble concert. You have to play Ghatam." So I said, I never practiced Ghatam. How will I do? So he gave me the Ghatam. He said, "This is how it should be practiced," and that's how I got introduced to Ghatam first time. Next performance, I played Ganjira sometimes. Also, I played Tawil. I remember playing Tawil with my sir. After graduation, I decided that I will only do this. Father gave me 3 years, saying that 3 years देता हूँ, जो कर सकता है कर, नहीं तो फिर बैंक का तो जॉब तेरे लिए है ही है, मैं कर दे दूंगा, because he was working in State Bank of India. I somehow got connected to my Mridangam guru, Mridangam friend, Guru Bandhu, Pramod Nair नाम था.
Okay.
So I told him कि Pramod मेरा ऐसा situation है, क्या करूं? And he was working at T Series company. Gulshan Kumar का जो company है T Series. He was there as a rhythm assistant and a music composer. So he said, "You come here and we will see, you will do something." So I went to meet him. When I went, gatekeeper में गेट में जो सिक्योरिटी है वो धक्का मार के चलो चलो, ऐसा कोई अलाउड नहीं है भाई, चलो चलो चलो. I said, नहीं प्रमोद जी ने बुलाया. कौन प्रमोद जी, चलो चलो. So I said, अरे क्या हो गया? And phone तो कुछ है नहीं, you cannot call. Again I went back. ऐसे करके it took a lot of time. 2-3 महीना ऐसे ही चला गया. Then one day he came out and they said, "अरे why didn't you come inside?" I said, "No, they don't allow." I said, no, ठीक है करके गया. Then that process to be in the studio, to see how mics are kept, how the cables are joined, which softwares they use, what are the sound engineer's ear tells him ki Mridangam sound should be this way. Obviously, it was not a classical recording. It was all dubbing. Like I will tell you, remix का time था तभी. It was lot of remix songs.
Yeah.
So lot of Sonu Nigam ji and many people, all these people used to be there, but obviously they won't know me at all. I was just doing some helping work or cleaning some mics and stands. But then that was a nice, beautiful learning process. And
Lots
that
of
was about
observation.
lot of observations. 2-3 years almost there. I never thought कि कहाँ background of Carnatic music and suddenly exposing of all these musicians and full filmy people. But then the way how they used to handle the mic, how they used to sing, how much throw they should give, and कौन से mics use करने चाहिए. तबला के लिए घुंघरू तबला, I got introduced कि अच्छा ऐसा भी कुछ होता है. Then 4, 7, 8, 10 tablas at a time, and dholak, so much. So all this learning was really very, very important for me in my career. And then I said, "ठीक है, now I wanted to get back to my music." So I went back, and I remember there was a vocalist called Shiv Prasad. So he called me for a program. You know Shiv Prasad. So he
Yes.
said, there is one program, why don't you come? I said, ठीक है. So I played. I was in my half pant, I remember. And after the program, he said, "Satish, you need to improve. When there are so many very good Mridangam players, in that if you are going to compete, you need to do something." I said, ठीक है, I will work it out. And then I remember 2 साल मैंने break लिया and I only practiced for 2 years. There was nothing else. 2 साल के बाद, then when I came back, and then I think it really helped me a lot because इतने सारे चीज मन में थे, elaboration करने के लिए बहुत है. Because अनुपम used to tell me कि आदि ताल या 3 ताल को 8 या 16 मात्रा समझ के, बीट समझ के मत बजाना. Like this made me think कि why is he saying this way? Then I understood, yes, because when I give PI, I'm thinking that when should I come on sum up?
Correct.
Whereas this approach was keep playing for a long time. Don't think about PI. Don't think about you want to end or you want to make a PI and get it on sum up immediately. No. keep playing it. So the playing style itself was so different. That was in my mind. Then after 2 years I came back, went back to Shiv Prasad saying ki I think थोड़ा सा improvement है, can we try? Then it happened, and जो है उसके बाद हुआ.
Once you got in, what was the financial reality like? Now you already told me that when your father told you ki you have 3 years, so you tried, you were doing your the mridangam, but that took a backseat when you started Sony and T series and
Correct.
all. But when you came back to the profession after those 2 years where you just cleared your space, what was that financial journey like that reality check? So for someone who wants to really take this up, right?
Yeah. See, that time what happened, good thing was, because I just came to the field, the music field, and obviously many dancers or other vocalists or many other musicians, they want person who plays decently okay and who can give lot of time. So 3 rehearsal बुला लो, 4 rehearsal बुला लो. I remember, I won't mention the name. My first Mridangam Arangetram for a Bharatanatyam performance was first time. It happened at Chembur Fine Arts, and the Guru told me that why don't you do Mridangam for us, and it is going to be an Arangetram. I was so happy. I said, wow, first time I'm going to get. So I told my parents, and he said 8 से 10 12 rehearsal लगेगा. I said, sir, no problem. So I went for all that rehearsals, and सब जाके आया program के दिन. I took my Mridangam and I went, and I saw there was another Mridangam player sitting. So I asked, sir, he's there. Yeah, you were only for the rehearsal. He is playing for the program. I said, oh, so I should not play? Yeah, you should not play. You were only for the rehearsal. So I went back. And I said, अरे ऐसा भी होता है क्या? Then after so many years, I realized that वो art rehearsal was important because they were big gurus, very big people, and I learned a lot. And there were a lot of people who supported me at that time. A person who called me maybe 20-25 years back, even now those people call me.
So basically over the years you've built your relationships also, and that has gone hand in hand. Okay.
Correct. So that consistency was there, because क्या हुआ, like obviously when I'm not demanding कि मुझे इतना दो, मुझे उतना दो, and I knew that some other musicians around were demanding something else, like if I was okay to go by bus or by train. I remember my father carrying my Mridangam for me, going to Grant Road and Charni Road by train and coming for the programs, and he will keep it. And then some other musicians, they used to demand कि नहीं मैं टैक्सी में आऊंगा या मैं ऐसे आऊंगा. So they used to prefer me कि नहीं ये तो ट्रेन में है, चलो इसको बुला लेंगे. So वो एक beautiful time था, ये सबके साथ में grow होके. Then obviously you know how it is. बाद में it became good.
So now that you've told me that you've maintained all these relationships, and obviously everyone had that trust in you, that confidence that I've seen it also when we have associated with you. Then no, Satish sir is coming. We don't have to worry. He will take it. Okay. So, but now when I talk about these instruments, I would like to again come back to the other instruments that you have introduced, and when you have probably suggested or you felt like introducing these, you said in your month. I'm talking specifically in Bharatanatyam. You can obviously throw light otherwise also. So, you've said that I would like to add this. I want to add this effect. So, how was that taken by dancers, even the eminent ones, the more experienced ones? Was there any apprehension from their end? And how did you deal with this? How did you push that? No, I would like to add this.
So, the instrument, like Mridangam, we all know, right? And पखावज का जो साउंड जो है ना, वो मुझे always used to feel that why I want to have this sound in my Mridangam. The resonance, especially when you give a sa, you play a dha, and then it stays for a long time. And I used to never get this in Mridangam, obviously, because that's how all the instruments are different from each other. But I wanted to have it for myself somehow. COVID time, it so happened that I have a friend of mine called Narhari. I spoke to him and I said कि यार मेरे मन में ऐसा चल रहा है, क्या करूं? तो he said एक काम करते हैं, मेरा एक फ्रेंड है नियाज भाई करके, उनसे हम लोग मिलते हैं और ये आइडिया उनको देते हैं. He's a तबला maker.
So the body of the mridangam was the same. The wood is the same. The right side of the mridangam is of Pakhavaj,
Right.
and the left side of the instrument is of mridangam only.
And then the sound of the instrument overall was bit of Pakhavaj and bit of mridangam. So I called this instrument as Rudrangam. So the resonance of this instrument, this I don't get in mridangam. And also for a lot of Abhinaya portions, I felt that Ganjira gives you a beautiful emotion. Also because Ganjira has, if you see, mellow percussive instrument kaha jata hai isko. It's actually the instrument which is Edakya, where in Kerala they play. That is actually called as a mellow percussive instrument because it produces all the notes. So you can actually play a full song in Edakya. Ganjira is half of that. So I felt that with the emotion, with the Abhinaya emotions, Ganjira really plays a beautiful role. And it is more softer. It doesn't distract musically also. And you don't have to be loud. You just have to give a nice support to the dancer with this.
So ये practice करने को लगा and I felt कि अच्छा लग रहा है. But then what was the purpose? Ganjira to be played in Bharatanatyam is not so much seen. नहीं होता है इतना. We have Ghatam or a Morsing. Ganjira तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं है. But I insisted saying कि नहीं, this sound is something beautiful and we should introduce. So and also अभी जति होने के बाद पूरा संचारी होता है. संचारी होने के बाद immediately the 30-minute starts. So before the 30-minute, I'm only playing Ganjira. So it is nice, I felt it was very nice, and the dancers took time. As you rightly asked, it took time for them to understand what am I trying to experiment.
And now I would like to talk about Kunnakol. So if you can tell us about it, what is it, how popular is it, and how did you think of, getting into this?
So basically, whenever you are learning mridangam or any percussions, they teach you how to play through fingers. So he will say, now play ta. So I will play ta, then ti, dom, nam. So these syllables all together, when you make it as a phrase or like a poetic way of approach, is Kunnakol, nothing else. Like na, din, din, na, din, din, na. So this we have to play. Now since more than 10 years, I'm learning from my guru called Sri KB Prasad. When I'm doing my solo concerts, to have the same instrument to play for such a long time is going to be boring for people. Obviously. Because again, I'm coming back to that emotion. अभी एक concert है, उसमें 3, 4, 5, 6 अलग-अलग राग दे दो, गाओ, तो थोड़ा सा वेरिएशन मिल जाता है. यहाँ पे मेरा इमोशन क्या है? What are the emotions? So emotions has to come out through percussions only.
Correct.
Then I said this is the place where I can get my mridangam, ghatam and ganjira. So वहाँ से Kunnakol भी I said let me work on Kunnakol so that there is a fourth sound. Also because when you do a sawal jawab or when you do a laya vinyasam, 4 in common becomes easier. Like takita takita da, takita takita da, takita takita da, takita takita da. So it becomes easier because मैं अकेला ही हूँ ना. But then I had to practice a lot of Kunnakol because I felt now Tayu Manavar was my also one sir from whom I did some few lessons of Kunnakol. He lives in Trichy, and he said, this was abhi 4-5 years back. So he said, say something. तो मैं तो थोड़ा I was so happy कि वो मेरे को बोलने बोल रहे, तो मैं अपना जोश में एकदम फास्ट कुछ बोलने लगा. ऐसा कुछ फास्ट बोला. तो क्या कर रहा है? ऐसे सर वो फास्ट कौन बोलने बोला? But he said, Tayu Manavar told कि there were times where Kunnakol used to be performed for a musical concert, for a vocal concert. So mridangam, violin, vocal, and Kunnakol. So Kunnakol used to take a place of a ghatam or a ganjira. So he used to say कि हम लोग Kunnakol को musically render करते थे. So when we used to recite, it should sound like a musical instrument which is being played at the background, not from the mouth. not just कि अभी जो हम लोग बोल रहे. So that to understand that took a lot of time obviously because वो क्या बोलना चाह रहे थे समझा नहीं, बहुत समय लगा.
And when I used to teach, it used to be very good because nice interaction used to happen with them. They also learn, जैसे अभी simple ta, ti, dom, nam. These are the 4 letters which we start learning. So you interchange from ta, ti, dom, nam. You start from ti, dom, nam, ta. Then you do dom, nam, ta, ti. Then nam, ta, ti, dom. So it's all tongue twisters. Ta, ti, dom, nam, ti, dom, nam, ta, dom, nam, ta, ti, nam, ta, ti, dom, ta, ti, dom, nam, ti, dom, nam, ta, dom, nam, ta, ti, nam, ta, ti, dom. And then you clap on ta. Ta, ti, dom, nam, ti, dom, nam, ta, dom, nam, ta, ti, nam, ta, ti, dom, ta, ti, dom, nam. So like this different exercises I tried to build and give it to students. And that's how Konukul came.
Now I'm going to knock on the personal routine door a little. Just to understand what is your riyaz like? When do you practice? How do you distribute yourself? Like now you said that you took hours and hours of practice to understand even the placement of your instruments. Where should they be placed? So do you have a routine that you follow? So I'd like to get into that and know about that.
Yeah. For my sir, when he says one sound, abhi ye sound aaya, get this sound, the same sound for 2 hours. Same sound for 2 hours. So that kind of riyaz sometimes I do. So my walking happens a lot. So when I walk, a lot of different kinds of music I listen, Carnatic music, all different sort of music. And it really helps me to understand how this music has been created, how someone has composed. And see, walking में जितना हो रहा है वो सब एक बात है. But still, you be with the instrument.
Yes, to sit with. Yeah.
It is very different. Then I used to tell कि नहीं मेरा तो रोज कुछ ना कुछ प्रोग्राम रिहर्सल्स हो रहा है, उसमें प्रैक्टिस होता है. Then I said no, वो भी गलत है. वो तो प्रोग्राम हो रहा है ना, वहाँ पे कॉन्सर्ट्स में जो मुझे आता है वही मैं बजा रहा हूँ. प्रैक्टिस में जो हम लोग को नहीं आता है वही हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करके करेंगे ना. तो वो थोड़ा लगता ही है कि आई एम नॉट गिविंग दैट मच टाइम. But then, maybe after 10 years, when you do a podcast with me, I will tell you कि अभी रोज 3 साल से कर रहा हूँ.
Maybe we both will be on that because I also get the same thing from my teacher saying every day you have to do your advance every day.
I know. It is very important.
Yeah. As you spoke, you have learned from many gurus and all different. Even their teachings are different, mindsets are different. So how each of them, if you can briefly, because I remember there are a lot of them, but
correct,
how they have changed or probably carved or influenced you.
First of all, see, when you teach any art form, technique plays a very vital role. So Mridangam mein to the fingering, how the fingerings are, how it should be. So again, there are different gharanas. So Hindustani mein you have gharanas. Yahan pe we call it as bani, which means it comes from one person. Gharana is like the whole place. Here it comes from one person. So this person's style, that person's style. So that's how my guru had taught me from his guru's style, saying that this is how we should be playing. Then sir had to move to USA, and then I started learning from my another sir, KV Prasad sir, with whom I'm still learning from the same sir. So this approach to accompany for a song was very different. Actually, this was a very nice incident which happened. Sir played Mridangam in Mumbai for a concert, and the organizers called me to play Ghadam. So I asked, "Kaun hai Mridangam mein?" They said, "KV Prasad sir." I said, "How will I play? Are you joking?" They said, "No, we have no option. You only have to come." I said, "No, I cannot come. I can come and watch. I cannot play." They insisted. तो उधर जाके सर को मैं बोला, सर मैं घटम लेके बैठूंगा स्टेज में, आपको देख के बैठूंगा, कुछ नहीं बजाऊंगा, मुझसे नहीं होगा. He said, अरे you don't worry, I am there. No. Then there is a time when तनिया आवर्तनम आता है, which is a solo instrument, percussion का solo होता है. तो सर understood कि I am very nervous. Secondly, I don't know that much. He understood this very clearly. So what he brilliantly did was, he played things which I can easily and happily play. This is a beauty of great gurus. Really great gurus. Even now, एक 30 साल का profession होने के बावजूद, when my sir gives me this guidance, tells me कि ये कर, वो कर, I feel this is something very, 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 very nice about my life.
another thing my sir also tells me कि learn what not to play on stage. कहाँ पे silence होना चाहिए, कहाँ पे break होना चाहिए, कहाँ पे softness होना चाहिए, कहाँ पे तुझे लगता है कि अभी एक अच्छा खासा एक 15-20 सेकंड का एक फुल गैप या साइलेंस दे दो, ये अब तेरे को समझना चाहिए. So these things are from all my teachers. I mean, there are so many, as you told, बहुत सारे sers हैं, gurus हैं जिनके पास ये सब I've learned. But then these two professors, Nanda Kumar sir and Prasad sir, are really utmost important in my life.
The last series is a series of quick picks. I have some 10-12 questions about them.
Okay.
Your best performance and most memorable performance.
Delhi Habitat में मेरा solo performance हुआ. It was a very good performance. Most memorable because audience में एक ही आदमी था.
So your best and your memorable is the same.
Same. Because I did see that's energy. I know that you need energy from people, but that space probably had that energy. The space might, and I had Satish Venkatesh करके singer था, वो बाजू में था, and he was telling कि कोई बात नहीं सतीश जी, आप उधर देखो ही मत, आप करो. And चलो यार करते, we did.
One performance you wished you did better at.
One concert at Chembur where they did Ragam Tanam Pallavi, RTP which they call, and the Pallavi composed by them was very complicated. And I could have done much better and could have prepared more and presented there.
Okay. Your favorite artist to work with?
My favorite artist to work, Abhishek Raghuram sir. He's a brilliant vocalist.
One thing you do before you go on stage?
I do body exercises little bit. थोड़ा नीचे बैठता हूँ, थोड़ा stretches कर लेता हूँ, थोड़ा all that for about 5-6 minutes, 10 minutes I do.
Your favorite piece to perform?
I like Javli, Padam. That's my favorite piece that I like to perform.
Because I always feel कि mathematics or maths, after a point, you can by heart or कि this is what is going to happen. But when it comes to a Padam Javli, according to the dancer, you have to have that emotion and give what that dancer wants at that moment through your instrument. So वहाँ पे I really like to play with them, observe them. So rehearsals I see them a lot. Hardly I play that for those rehearsals. I just look at them, क्या हो रहा है, क्या कर रहे हैं, किधर movement है, कहाँ जा रहे हैं, and then all that I deliver on the program day. So I wait for those particular songs.
You go to food to celebrate a performance after you're done. What would you like? That's one thing that you just want to eat that would make you happy.
See, basically after the performance, I generally don't eat much. If at all I eat, and if I'm in Bombay, I come home and I eat anything home, any home food.
So you're not a foodie, basically. You don't.
No, not at all.
Tell us who's the most influential support system you have had in this whole journey from the beginning.
Parents, obviously.
Parents, yeah. Your father who used to walk with the Sangam everywhere.
Always.
Okay, now last is you can think about this and tell me a metaphor for the art that you create or you display.
I think for me, for me, music would be my reflection is what I feel. It is me who is there in my Mridangam, and I feel there are times, there are conversations which we do where I talk, there is a reply from there. So, इसके लिए करके एक टर्म सा बोलना बहुत मुश्किल. I feel music मैं हूँ या मैं म्यूजिक हूँ ऐसा बोल सकता हूँ. उसके अलावा it is difficult.
Beautiful. So this was my last question. We've ended it.
Okay, nice.
So
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janvi.
That was Satish sir, so humble, so honest, and even today, a solid benchmark for artists around. Signing off until next time, I'm Chandni, reminding you to smile often and spread those positive vibes.